record. Get your footy record.
Hi everyone, welcome to On The Record, brought to you by Woolworths as we take a sneak peek inside the pages of this week's edition of the AFL Record, Australia's #1 selling sports weekly. And joining me today is West Coast legend, former Gold Coast and now assistant coach of the Essendon Football Club, Guy McKenna. Guy, welcome to the show.
G'day, Ash.
So it's good to have you here. They've all voted, 30 questions, all in the mag this week, but I want to talk about a few. The first one is the best player in the AFL, as voted by the coaches, is Geelong's Patrick Dangerfield. He stepped up a gear this year. Why do you think?
Well, I assume because he wanted to come home. But yeah, certainly in the Geelong midfield, Zach Smith, the ruckman I know of Gold Coast, of course, Reece Stanley, a really good form, and Paddy Dangerfield's really just living off that stoppage clearance dominance, if you like, and his ability to, with Selwood, of course, to bash the ball forward has been exceptional this year.
That sort of peace of mind of coming home really has helped, hasn't it? Just seems to be a happier player.
Yeah, look, he was very good at Adelaide. I mean, most players don't play in their home state, as we know, because of the national draft. But yeah, since he's gone home, he's gone to another level. Now, the Sydney Swans have been rated the biggest chance by the coaches to win the premiership, which, given that Hawthorn are 2 games clear, I find a bit of a surprise. What about you? Who do you think's to win the flag? Yeah, well, I'd probably lean towards Hawthorn, but I can see why they go for Sydney, because Sydney just roll out the 8 out of 10 performances. They know they're going to play at home, and that's that home ground advantage. So they're certainly, I would think, going to fly into certainly deep into the finals. Again, they got the Arsenal up forward through the midfield. Their backline's solid, so they certainly could challenge Hawthorn, but I just love the way Hawthorn are playing and doing it very quietly as well. Tip it back for the Swans will help them, surely. Yeah, well, that's it. They'll go to another level. Hawthorn are fairly settled. I mean, Hodgie, once he gets his full match fitness, he'll just go to another level as well. But that's that hunger you talk about. And again, that was always the question mark. But they're 2 games clear on top of the ladder right now. So you can't question that. So they're only going to get better. Now, Bluey, Alistair Clarkson's been rated by the coach as the hardest coach to go up against. Is that because of the talent he's got or just what he throws at you in the coach's box every week? Yeah, he's certainly been an innovator of the style of football, but certainly what he can throw at you. And that's obviously because of the cattle he's got at his fingertips. I noticed Don Pike was rated #2 as far as the coaches go, because he's a fairly wily, very shrewd customer too. So, and again, with the cattle at his hands, you're able to do that. I mean, most of the coaches coaching those bottom 4 sides don't have a lot of opportunity or ability to throw the side around, but those top sides certainly can. Now, you'll be happy with this. 15 of the 18 coaches think Essendon will make the finals next year. So, obviously, there'll be a changed list there next year. Tell us a bit about what you've got out of this year and what the optimism should be for next year. Oh, look, really excited, Ash. I mean, we've certainly been, or Woosh has certainly been able to unearth a few players. We knew Darcy Parish as a first-round draft pick was going to be a quality player. He's shown that. Anthony Tipperwoody up forward and down back, he's been really good. Orazio Fantasia, he's done some things. So we've certainly unearthed some kids. And then, yeah, of the players that are going to return when they return, I mean, fitting them in is going to be a challenge for Woosha, but it's really exciting looking at the stocks of the club going forward. So 4 more weeks and then you get excited, Bomber fans. OK, now, Blue, our cover story this week is Richmond's Dustin Martin, an absolute champion of that side that's going through a bit of a hard time. They probably wish they had 2 of him. Where is his best footy played? Do you sort of play him as a manic forward, as inside midfielder? What would you do with him? Yeah, I think part of that, you'd love to have 2 of them. You love his sort of size, and he's like the human sprinkler inside, but off a 1 step he can whack it 60 metres into the forward line, and then his ability to mark overhead and his power and strength to take those marks and kick goals. You love a Dusty Martin in the midfield, kicking it down to another Dusty Martin. So, he's ultimately it's all about possession and territory these days. So you love him in the midfield, kicking it forward, and then just holding the ball in your forward 50, having shots on goal. OK, so turn to our back half now, and big game on Saturday night. Western Bulldogs v North Melbourne at Etihad. North won the last 2, Blue. Do you think they've turned the corner? Yeah, well, having their structure up forward, but Wade goes out with that hip injury, so whether they slide back again, not slide back to a natural loss, but yeah, just that he's the missing piece of the puzzle. But the Doggies, they've had their injury concerns as well, but they just keep finding a way. They stick to their system, the run and gun, if you like, very quick side, ball movement side, slightly different to North. North's height, of course, will be the key factor in this game. The Bulldogs, I mean, there's no doubting their spirit, but have they just lost too many players to win the flag this year? Yeah, it comes a tipping point, and what you see over a period of time, and again, probably this far out, you're talking 4 weeks of the season to go, a couple, almost 6 weeks, if you like, when the injury started to occur, 3 or 4 weeks into a finals campaign because the intensity and the heat goes up. maybe that 7-week period will be, the load will become too much for some of those players, but they've done a fantastic job to this date. I'm sure that's not a thought at the Western Bulldogs camp. They just want to keep rolling into the finals, but there comes a tipping point and maybe they've hit that point.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a struggle from here. Louis, this has been fantastic. Thanks for having you in. Great to have the inside of someone at the cutting edge of footy. Good luck for the last 4 weeks and, of course, for next season, which will be a better one for the Bombers.
Thanks, Dash.
OK, and now to my tips for round 20. On Friday night in the Adam Treloar Cup at the MCG, I think Collingwood will get the chocolates again, this time by about 22 points. I think North Melbourne will be a bit too good for the Western Bulldogs in a big game at Etihad Stadium on Saturday night. They'll win their 3rd game straight. And on Sunday in the Derby, it'll be West Coast by about 4 goals over Fremantle. And now let's have a look at this week's nominees for the Woolworths Mark of the Year competition.
Inglebury kicks to about 30 more. There's the best highlight of the game so far. We needed something and we got it.
Now Mullet near the boundary line, centering ball. Here's danger for the Saints. Can they bang? Petrie with a flyer. That gets them out of their seats.
The Dock is the biggest to any team outside of Western Australia, meaning they lost the Western more. And Walters takes a spectacular mark.
My vote will be going to old man Drew Petrie. You can have your say, of course, by visiting markoftheyear.afl.com.au. Don't forget, we're asking you, the punters, to design our round 23 cover. Pick up a copy of the mag or send an email to aflrecord@afl.com.au for all the details that you need. So that's it for this week's show. Our cover is Dustin Martin. Please pick up a copy for $5 when you go to the footy. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.